Welcome back. This is the last episode of How I Think Hell Exists. So now you see, I'm back with the last 10 questions, which is 1. Can God create the 7 different levels of hell in levels, where the first level is the least hottest and the last level is the most? So now you see, we have fire pits. The sun and the earth's core, they're all hot, and as you go closer to the center, and as you go closer from the top to the bottom of the fire pit, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. So all you have to do is divide it into 7 different layers, and that's your 7 different levels of hell. It's already technically there, you just gotta divide 7. Therefore, yes. Question number 2. Apparently God has said where the first 1,000 years hellfire was red, and 1,000 years later the hellfire turned white, and 1,000 years later it turned black, and it stayed black since. So when I did some research, and I found out that the red flame is actually 1,000 degrees Celsius. White flame is 1,600 degrees Celsius. And violet flame is 1,650 degrees Celsius. And any flame after that, it's black. You can't see. It's beyond our color spectrum. So now you see, bones require 1,670 degrees Celsius to be melted. So I need another 20 degrees on top of that 1,650 to be able to melt bones. So therefore, the fire that is needed must be black to be able to complete the job. Therefore, yes, God definitely has the first 1,000 years it was red, 1,000 years later it turned white, and 1,000 years later it turned black and stayed black since. Cool. So now, to wrap it up, can God create harmful creations? Yes, we have Zionists, scorpions, snakes, all these different things. They enjoy being harmful their entire creations. Therefore, God can recreate these creations, creating harmful creations. Now, can God create a dimension where you eat and you drink, however you don't get full or quench your thirst? The answer is yes. God's created this dimension where you sleep and you eat and you drink and you don't get full, nor do you quench your thirst. Nice. Therefore, you can create these dimensions again, putting you there again. But now, can God create water boiling for a long time? Like, apparently we're going to be drinking hot water. Like, apparently we have hot springs. They've been going for 4,000 years. And now the temperature is 47 degrees that was tested in the winter. That's pretty hot because like our brain boils at 42 degrees. We're going to let that be. Therefore, yes, God can create water boiling for a long period of time. But now, can God create unenjoyable foods? Yes. We got peppers, and we got cactuses, and we got a whole bunch of different these unenjoyable creations. And God said He's going to feed us this creation called Zakum, and He's already have it on this earth, and it's like a cactus. It's no fun. It's not good. Therefore, God can recreate these unenjoyable foods. Cool. Now, can God force you to eat these unenjoyable foods and drinks? The answer is yes again. For He's created these creations called Zionists, where they go and they force feed you things that you don't want to eat and things you don't want to drink. And they're very unenjoyable. And just like how He's created these creations who enjoy forcing, He also created angels who also enjoy doing the same thing, but for just reasons. Therefore, yes, God can create, especially the fact that we can't create our own food. So when you're stranded in the desert, or you're stranded on your boat, or you're going to eat whatever there is to eat, and you're going to drink whatever there is to drink, if it's cactus or if it's piss. It is what it is. We have no power. It's all in God's hands. Anyways, so can God force you in a pitch black world? The answer is yes again. We have the polar nights in the North Pole. They last about 179 days, forcing everybody in a pitch black world. So that's cool. Therefore, God can force you in a pitch black world. But now, we're going to bring an interesting fact here. Can God create a dimension where you suffer in it and force you in it? Well, just like when you sleep, You're going into this dimension where sometimes it's a nightmare and you're stuck in this nightmare. You can't get out and you can't help it. You're just stuck. You just gotta deal with it. Therefore, God can force you in this dimension. But now, I heard that God is going to place a mountain on a person's face if they've done a certain amount of sins and they get this punishment. So I wonder, can we move? Is it possible to move the mountain and put it on top of a person's face? The answer is yes. So we have moved the drilling platform. We call it the Troll Platform A. So it weighs about 1.2 million tons, and humans have been able to move it. So I did the calculations of a mountain that is like 10,000 feet high, the steepness of 30 degrees, and it's made out of granite, with the granite weighing 170 pounds feet cube. The calculations, the weight of this mountain would end up being 260 billion tons. So, with the same machine that moved the 1.2 million tons, it would take 216,667 trips for us to move this mountain with one machine. But if I use 1,000 machine, it will only take 217 trips. And just like our brain has been able to create a machine that is able to move such heavy things, but we can't create our brain, God has been able to create our brain, and he can create things that are better than our brain and better than the machines that we have been able to create, just like his angels. And now, how do the angels exist? Because I keep saying angels will do this and angels. Well, angels are like light. And, well, they are light. But they're a light that is beyond our understanding. For, like how we discussed, there's lights that we can't see. And they travel at speeds that is faster than the speed of light that we know of. Which is how they get to go and travel from the earth to the heavens, back to the earth, communicating with God and us. That should conclude this episode. Hope to see you on the next one. God bless. One love.